Hello everybody, Wallaby Mages back once again. Hopefully the sound works for this, the third time I've tried to record this. But no guarantees. Thank you for joining us for this expansion of Dungeons and Marsupials. A special thanks to you, the viewer, and to Mike Robb for joining us for this very special adventure. Of course, a very special thanks to the Wallaby Mages team for making this possible at all in the first place. As I said, this is Walter, Chief Editor of the Wallaby Mages. I'm just like to thank you for joining us, and apologize ahead of time for any potential sound bugs that might be going on. I'm still trying to work the sound to make it nice. It's okay as it is. Passable, I personally say. But I would like for it to be much better. I know I'm not doing what I usually do. Usually, I just realize I'm zoomed out of the table. Usually, I'm like zoomed in. This Naga dude, this bone Naga with a usually with something cheeky like a dragon hiding behind a chicken coop, hiding in the background. But this is the exception. I understand also that I've only done one of these in the past. Who knows? Maybe Bone Naga isn't here to like to think he is. Anyway, we're getting started now for the show, and sorry for wasting a big fucking chunk of your time. I knew you were going to do that, so I waited till after you did. Okay, the fact that I anticipated that is
Did you anticipate me saying penis though?
I did. I anticipated it the second time. I'm not really upset about.
Should know better.
I'm not really upset by phallic language though.
Phallic penis. Bitopia. Mount Celestia, Elysium, Beastlands, Arborea, Ysgard, Nimba, Pandemonium, Abyss.
What are you doing?
Cesare, Greyway.
Okay.
Why are you summoning direwolves?
Bator.
You'll see.
Fighting direwolves.
Radia.
Well, they're not direwolves, but
wait, direwolves.
Direwolves are a little bit tough, but they were the first wolf type of thing I could find, so...
Where are the woofus?
Look at the fucking table, dude. Okay, in the last episode, y'all joined forces with a random bounty hunter to hunt down your quarry, to track down your quarry at a disused, abandoned mill.
Not how they would be organized.
Somewhere in the heart of the haunted forest. Okay, quit messing with my wolves, please.
They need to be properly spaced out how a wolf pack would be.
Okay, do that. But I'm gonna narrate for a second, so I need you to shut up. Okay. Once you got to the abandoned mill, you found all the bandits that you were after were already dead. Most of them just torn up. There were a couple of dead wolves in the room. And one dude, like, the head of his staff exploded and burnt him up. There's also a hole in the floor, and there were rooms with some treasure and just gunk down in the bottom. Y'all haven't explored the attic yet. Aside from that, you're in a mill in the haunted woods. When I think it was Mike and Liam Korn, or what did I call him? Liam Cord, I think is what his name was.
It's Liam Neeson.
It was not Liam Neeson.
It might have been Liam Neeson.
It was not Liam Neeson.
It was not Neeson. I remember his name being Korn or Cord.
That's what his name says.
And
probably because you put it as that.
And okay, I think it was him and Aravel. Right name for you, Mike?
Hi.
Yes,
That's
I
me.
got it right. I got it right the first time this time. Okay. But y'all, I think you and him heard the sound of distant wolves
I heard the
approaching.
wolves as well.
Okay,
I
dude.
remember that.
You heard the bells on Christmas Day. We get it. And I think Dad Frank was just climbing
I'm
up
your
the
Santa
pit
Claus.
to join you guys. So y'all have climbed out of the smuggler's pit, and y'all are in. Y'all draw a little circle. There you go. That's the space that you're in. There's like a hearth here. I think it was still burning a little bit. You know? There's the ladder. Here's where the dead dude was. With the staff. And there are other dead dudes about, but they don't really matter that much. Here's the front door. Window. Window. There you go. There's the format for your room, guys, so that there's no confusion. Alright. So you guys put your ears to the door just to listen to what's going on outside. And,
The door's not there, though.
Yeah, it got broken, I know. But you put your head, like, out the window or out the door or some shit to hear if there is shit going on outside. And, you hear the sound distantly of what sounds like a pack of wolves running around. They're not howling too much right now, but, you know, based on your experience, Aravel, it sounds like a pack of wolves somewhere out there. A large
Delicious.
one. A large one.
Delicious.
Okay. Let's get rid of all these
You
fucking trees.
You said there's an attic?
Please no more delicious.
There is an
I'm
upper floor.
spiritually uncomfortable with that because my coworker's a shitfuck.
Okay.
You said there's an attic or an upper floor?
There is an upper floor. Above you is a stone reinforced type of ceiling, and there's some stairs in the back that go up. The roof of the any floors in the roof of the floor above you collapsed long ago. But the stairs aren't blocked up. They go up.
Okay. Is Val still struggling downstairs, or is he on the main floor with us?
He's I forget exactly where we left him off, but he was pretty much on his way up. There was nothing between him and on his way up that could stop him, unless he were just to throw himself into the abyss. So he's climbing out right now. Yeah.
Alright. I yell, everyone, there's wolves incoming, get to the attic so we can hold them off. And then start moving that way.
Okay. Liam Cord positions himself, Liam Cord goes to a nearby table with food on it, which I guess I didn't really put in a room, but he grabs the table with the food on it, and he drags it, he flips it over and starts pushing it towards the door. It's a thick table, so it's taking him some time to do it. Okay, Mike, as he's doing this, you're heading upstairs to try and get advantage. You walk up,
I'll be following with Arabelle.
Yeah. In the wreckage at the top, there's sort of like a canvas making a little, sort of sleeping area with a couple of small bunks on it. And there is an iron chest, sort of an iron lockbox on one end of the room. Aside from that, about half of the space on one side, the wreckage has fallen low enough that you can sort of peer over it and fire arrows or throw shit. So it's like, here.
Does the floor look stable, or is this going to be another?
Yeah, the floor is stable.
Adventure?
The floor is some solid stone shit.
Yeah, I move over to the low rubble and ready my bow.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like a delicious pie chart, but don't try and take a bite. Okay, so this is where you'd be able to take vantage. It's about there. The door is down here. Beneath you is a low wall and a minefield. Okay. But the minefield is about half spent, so it's only going to get a handful of the wolves at most. Alright. Okay, so Val, as you climb off of the ladder, you see Sean and why is there an imp?
That's
Why is he literally like the imp? Okay, well he's over here trying to push a really heavy table into the way. He's a pretty tough dude, but it's a thick ass table. You two are positioning yourselves up sort of in a defensive way.
Tiny little lizard man. You can see underneath his head.
It's just whatever I grabbed out of the bag first.
So Dad Frank, what are you about? You just claimed up. You saw those guys rushing up the steps, and you see this guy doing a thing.
I see him booking it up the stairs. I follow.
Okay, you go up the stairs, and as you get toward the top of the stairs, you hear Liam say, "Fucking lizard," and just sort of like leave the heavy ass table and just sort of rush for the stairs as well.
Well, hey, he didn't ask. Hey, give me a hand.
Fucking lizard.
So you climb the narrow staircase and up onto the roof. I narrated.
Go back to work at Santa's shop.
Okay, he rolls his eyes and braces himself. He looks around the upper staircase, flips over one of the cots and sort of like moves it. It's a lot lighter than the table was in front of the staircase to sort of try and keep the wolves from coming nearly as hot and heavy on him. And braces himself with his axes. The moment passes and the wolves emerge from the woods and begin to surround the inn. There must be at least 100 of them. Like there just loads of them, man.
There we go.
You're surrounded by oods, more than you could possibly fight. A bunch of them kill themselves on the landmines. You just go poof, you know. But there's so many that it doesn't matter. As they come into,
we could get to the roof from where we are.
You basically are on the roof. The upper floors beneath you have all collapsed. The only thing above you is sort of a canvas that's rigged over, like, I want to say between half and like a third, just to cover up some cots. So if you look up where
are the walls stable?
The walls around you are stable.
Could we possibly climb them?
You could hop on top of you could hop on top of some of the wall. It'd be I think that'd be an athletics or an acrobatics check, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm never sure which one.
I'm gonna start climbing a wall to try to get far enough away from the wolves that they can't murder me.
Alright, Sean, as he does that and the wolves begin to move into a more lit space, you know, it's dark and there's like they got that whole full moon night sky thing going on. You see that these are no regular wolves. You know, from a distance in the darkness of the forest, they could be mistaken for such. But these wolves are twisted and crippled and manged. They're gross. They're freaky.
Are they zombie dogs?
Nope.
Oh, all right.
They do not appear to be undead. I'm assuming I'm assuming you're standing by, Sean, looking down at them. Alright.
Is there some kind of like perception check I can do to try and think more through this and think what the fuck they are?
Nah. Not really. They just look like messed up wolves.
Okay.
Okay. So they circle the compound, seemingly clearing the minefield with their bodies, sacrificing their brethren to clear it, and then get to work attempting to get through the wall. The wall isn't very tall. A few of them clamber over it desperately. A few others are ramming themselves against the door repetitively, some of the larger ones. And, but to very little avail. It seems it'll hold them for a short period of time. The gate beneath you has mysteriously closed once again, as though by magic. The gate that you, climbed over to get through. Liam looks over his shoulder and asks, how long do you think we can hold them off before they get to the they get through the gate? Sorry, my brain is still formulating his accent in my head. I know it's a really easy one, but
okay,
so you sort of ask
turn to him and say not long enough, but we'll have to figure something out.
He asks, don't any of you... okay, he gets angry at this and responds... Sorry, not enough shit in my throat right now.
Well, don't eat...
Don't some of you fucking elves, don't any of you fucking elves have range on these things?
I have like 20 arrows. I can't kill hundreds of wolves, and there's obviously something wrong with them. Are the rest of you able to climb up these walls? Wolves are notoriously not good at climbing. If we get high enough, we should be safe from them.
Of course. My girlfriend is trying to video chat me.
Tell her bros before hoes.
Well, except for we haven't been able to video chat in a while, and I told her earlier I would.
Okay, well, if you need to cut out for a second, then fucking cut out. Now's a good time.
How do I mute myself?
Just leave the call and come back.
Okay.
Bye, Sean. We'll see you in a little bit when you're done talking to your girlfriend. Alright. Okay. So Val, are you headed up onto the rock?
I ran up the stairs. What rocks are scalable? Unintended.
So there's a thick wall that Mike Robb is standing on. I'm assuming you're past your acrobatics check.
She's a tiny elf though, so I'm a huge fuck off lizard.
I mean, do you still want to
make it easier?
Do you still want to try acrobatics?
I mean, I gotta throw, or I got a bonus to athletics, so maybe. You
want to just try and jump up there and grab it by the edge?
Sure.
I'll let you do that. For an athletics, do it. It's a big old leap.
I got a 10. Plus, whatever.
Alright, you get like most of the way up there and nearly miss, but you sort of like get like the next slot down, like the first crevasse in the wall you manage to grab hold on. So you're hanging there.
Strength, by the way.
I know.
Not a dex.
Yeah, but you jumped. The jump was what we were rolling for.
Okay. Well, I mean, plus forward if it's a strength bonus, right?
+4. Yeah. So you're hanging there by your fingers, and are gonna need help up if you want to get the rest of the way up. Liam sort of
start trying to offer a hand.
Okay. Liam is just sort of looking at you guys and shaking his head. He's not very pleased. Alright, so you help Dad Frank up. It's a little bit of a struggle. It takes some time. And as you come over, you sort of pull him over just in time for Dad Frank to sort of see over the edge and see the wolves have battered down the gate with the mass of their bodies. They rush into the hillside around the mill proper and sort of formulate around it. They've stopped running in circles and rushing and scrambling, and they've sort of just staring. After a few moments of them silently staring goes by, a particularly big and hideous discolored one out from the forest, sort of amidst their ranks, and lets out a blood-curdling howl. The howl is not a natural howl. It's sort of a twisted, screeching, otherworldly sound. The pack follows in howling in a similar fashion. Sort of got that whole...
What's the range to the big one?
The big one?
Yeah, how far away is it?
Currently it is Sorry, I'm doing some quick maths. 3-click maths. It's outside the wall, in a press. Yeah, you can shoot it.
Okay. With disadvantage or regular? Further than 150 feet is disadvantage.
I'd say he's just within 150 feet, so I'd say, yeah, you could probably hit his ass.
Yeah, I start shooting the wolf.
Shoot,
Alright,
Polo.
as you go to do this, because they're in the middle of, like, howling, the entire spread of them has begun to let out this hideous howl. It pierces your ears and your mind, seeping into the essence of your very soul. The drow, Illyria, is directly affected by this, and falls to the floor, just sort of fetal position type. So what we're gonna roll is, hold on a second. I want to make sure I'm remembering this correctly.
I got a 26.
We're gonna roll a wisdom.
Damage.
Yeah, I'll let you take your roll in a second, but
all right, wisdom.
Yeah, so it's a wisdom. Roll.
I pegged her in the head.
21.
Okay, so you steal. You got a 12.
You say wisdom?
Yeah.
+2. No, that's
okay.
Yeah, +2.
All right. So
Can't believe I skipped off her fucking head.
yeah. Val's nerves are shattered, and visions of the insanity that he saw, the insanity that he experienced when he read from the book of, what's his name? The book of the Archmage back in the Blue Castle. You're unnerved, but not broken. Mike, you steel your mind and resist the effects. Where's it? Oh, there was a die right there. Let me find it. It's a D20. It looks like one. Let me roll one for Cord, just to be fair. He's gonna get a 1. Oh boy. Cord falls into a fit of madness. He begins lashing out at anything near him. Basically, the big pile of cots right behind him. He sort of starts smashing shit. Rolling around as though he were blind, basically, just, rushing around, attacking invisible enemies. So that's an issue. So, Mike, roll for your attack, wolf, please. I think
okay.
you already did, right?
I already rolled, but if you'd like, I can roll again. The previous one was like 27, so 26.
All right, so you rolled a 20. You rolled deeps with that as well.
And that was 8 damage.
Okay, hold on. I have the number for this dude up on the internet right now. Let me quickly... Okay.
And then, as our companion starts freaking out, I yell for Val. What was his name? Val, calm down Liam Neeson for me.
Alright.
Okay. Alright,
Go over to Liam and slap him in the face.
You strike...
Keep it together, woman.
Okay, so you leap off of the high wall. Roll an acrobatics check.
Five.
Alright. You land clumsily, falling over and striking it's falling forward and striking the pole that's holding up the canvas that covers about half of the room, the part that Liam is in. On a plus side, the canvas that falls on him seems to have immobilized him for the moment. On the downside, it is unlikely that this has successfully calmed him down. Illyria continues to sob and weep in the corner. Mike, the wolves have... A squadron of the wolves, a small group of the wolves, has moved forward and entered and is sort of sniffing around the door and enters cautiously into the mill beneath you. So they're down on the lower floor.
I shoot the big one again and yell, "Never mind, get everyone up here."
Alright.
Bundled in the tarp, I'm just gonna like
You're not
wrap him up tight and then like throw him over my shoulder while he's twitching around.
There's a lot of tarp for that, just saying, and I'm not sure he would consent to you wrapping him.
Do you remember how strong I am?
Alright. Roll an athletics check. You rip the tarp from its moorings and wrap him up in it.
19.
Alright, I'm going to say you got that. Alright, so you have this huge canvas. You rip it from its moorings and use it as sort of a burrito to make a Liam cord burrito. He's struggling from the inside, but there's not a lot he can do with the immense weight of the stuff and the tangle of cots that's around him. Okay, as you do this, okay, Mike, what did you roll?
That was a wait, 8 + 7, 15 to hit.
Alright, let me make sure you hit him real quick.
Have the wolves breached the door yet?
They are currently downstairs. They're actually currently running up the stairs while you're fucking around with Liam Cord.
Alright, I'm gonna place a cloud of daggers at the head of the stairs.
Alright. They begin scrambling over the cot. The first one begins scrambling over the cot that what's his name? Liam Cord tilted sort of in the way of the staircase. Mike, you hit the wolf. You hit the big wolf. What did you roll for deeps?
13.
13. Okay. I'd say roll initiative, but everyone seems to be doing a different fucking thing right now. Wait, what did you say the number was again? I'm sorry, I forgot seconds after you told me.
15.
13. Oh wait. Who were you talking to?
You hit for 13 deeps. Okay.
I thought you said 15.
Oh, yeah, only 13.
Yeah, only 13. That's not a bad deep, though. Sorry, I'm doing math. Quick maths are hard, man.
Why you guys stay in school?
Yeah, why ever did I drop out? Alright. So, the wolf is visibly shaken by this. Okay, so Dad Frank, you cast daggers. There's no rule for that. What kind of damage effect does that have again? I forget off the top of my head. The book isn't open.
Creature takes 4d4 slashing.
All right. So the first creature out of the opening into the staircase sort of shambles directly into that wall of daggers, that whirling mass of daggers, and gets McShredded. Let me make sure that a wolf can't survive that, because I'm pretty sure they're too weak to a regular wolf, that is. A load! Freaking page! Oh yeah, he's ground meat. So he turns into you turn him into Sloppy Joes with that spell. The wolves behind him get smart and clamber up the open space that is not covered by the cloak of daggers.
It's the head of the stairs. There's literally no other way they can get in the room.
It's only a 5-foot radius.
Well, you're talking about okay, so the staircase is not like a winding stair. It goes along the wall of the building, right? So
okay, they're gonna climb the wall.
They could like jump out. They don't have to go from the very head of the staircase. They could leap off a little bit before and clamber out that way. They have the ability. They have the ability to several of them clambered over the wall on the outside already. They have the ability to clamber and jump and leap and do shit that dogs do, Dad Frank. Okay.
Dogs don't fucking run from a cloud of daggers that they don't know what it is.
It's not hard to know what a cloud of daggers is. They're fairly obvious.
These are wolves, but their minds are not the minds of wolves. They have become something more, something terrible.
Fucking magic.
Yeah.
I call them mange puppies.
Who'd have thought magic dogs in the fucking
mange
D&D
puppies.
magic in the D&D universe? Who'd have fucking thought it? Okay, so
is Illyria up on top of the wall yet?
Illyria is crying into her knees right now. Currently, there are a couple of wolves, pretty much between Dad Frank and her.
Should we be rolling initiative yet, or are we still doing this freeform?
You want to roll initiative and go down and join the fray, or? I mean,
oh, that's awesome.
As far as I'm concerned, there are currently two of you doing stuff. Like you're upstairs, and pretty much it's just you, Dad Frank, you, Dad Frank. Like Dad Frank just did some stuff. You're up next. If you want to dive down into the fray, I'm going to go ahead and say we just keep up the way we've been going. You, Dad Frank, for right now.
Alright, but seriously, look at Liam. He's hovering on me. That's fucking awesome.
That is quite something.
Oh.
What I'm trying to say, Mike Rob, is that you basically took the initiative, so I'm going to go ahead and say you have the initiative. Because you were the one who hopped up on the wall and did something first while he was still messing around.
But the rest of the group wasn't able to follow me, so I'm going to... Yeah. How wide is the... Oh, how many wolves are in the room already? Okay, so two of them are already up on the platform. Already up on the floor that you're on. You can visibly see two more sort of eyeing up the jump, getting ready to clamber over. And there's a pile of sloppy joes on a cot. And other than that... Okay. So I'm going to drop my bow, draw my sword, and off the wall and move over towards the two wolves, trying to position myself to block as much entrance to the room as possible. And I'm gonna smack one of them, assuming I have actions left. So are you leaping? So you're leaping down onto the main floor to attack the two wolves that are already here? Onto the upper floor where the wolves are, right? Yeah. So I'm sorry, I only made a small one. I don't know why I assumed you guys wouldn't go up here, but that's fine. It was a really fucking good idea. Are the wolves on the upper floor already, or are they still just on the lower floor? There are two on the upper floor. There are two that are on the staircase. Yeah. So basically, if you look at my little sketch I have to the north... I move over to the two who are on the upper floor. Yeah, a couple are down here, and two are like here. Dad Frank is over here. You're up here and can leap down. Illyria is like here. Sorry, here. So they're basically, the wolves are like here-ish is where they're moving into. Okay, so you leap down upon them. Sorry. That is 14 to hit. Okay, 14 to hit. That hits them, yeah. There's no way more than... And okay. 10 damage. 10 damage. Alright, are you attacking them both, or are you just attacking the one? I can only attack one, so that's I figured. I was just making sure that there wasn't some sort of thing. 10 damage? Yep. Okay. So you attack one wolf. As you land, you shear for his head. He dodges to the side, and you take off one of his limbs instead. He's virtually incapacitated and rapidly bleeding out. Aw, poor wolf. Mange puppy.
Poor puppy. Magic puppy. Sad Magic now. Puppy sad. Alright, I'm gonna firebolt the other one that survived.
Okay.
Put it down like old Yeller.
Alright, what's the deeps on fireball, my man?
10.
Firebolt. Alright, do it.
That's an 8.
That's an 8. Okay. You don't roll for armor for that, right? That's
Yeah, it's just
I
fire.
think so. Yeah. Alright, you hit the wolf. searing it deeply. You sort of hit it head on, blinding it, and effectively, scorching it till it's nearly incapacitated. But it's still going. It's still hanging in there by a thread. As you do this, Mike, you are clawed at by a wolf as it clambers over the side of the staircase. So he clambers up, and he's sort of like mostly over, and he's swiping at your ankles, basically.
Rude. Quick note: Firebolt does actually require an attack roll.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a cantrip though.
Almost every spell requires either an attack roll or a save. Spells that can just straight up do damage are very rare.
Oh. Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know why I thought Fireball didn't.
15?
Yeah, you hit his ass. With 15, yeah. It took 15 to hit the big one, and I'm not going to have the little ones be harder to hit. That would not be fair. That would be unfair of me. Okay. Yeah, you hit his ass.
Unfair that they fucking jump up a flight of stairs that has a wall next to it.
Mange puppies.
There's a door.
Did that kill his?
No. He's still what's it called? He is still alive.
Okay.
Yeah,
so yeah, I'm gonna. Was it my turn again there?
You were being attacked by a wolf. Hold on, I need to roll his attack roll, don't I? Sorry. Airheading it. In my head, it's like, oh yeah, it just happens, and it's like, no, that's right, I need to roll a thing. Let me make sure I have the right amount of D for their attack. Hold up this page, but I can't find the freaking hit dice for it.
The hit dice?
Yeah,
you mean the damage code?
Yeah, it's deeps, yeah.
So roll it first, because it probably won't hit me.
Yeah, might as well. I'll just make something up. Nobody cares.
7.
Yeah, that don't hit you for shit. You dance out of the way.
It'll be listed as attack, something like bite or maul or something.
Oh yeah,
and
okay.
It'll say melee weapon attack plus whatever to hit, and then some amount of damage in parentheses.
Okay, I gotcha. Thank you. I was confused by that. I've seen a few formats for monsters that just had it there, like parentheses. Here's the stuff, with the plus. This one has like a little paragraph there to describe all that shit. That's what threw me off there. I was like, okay. Yeah, but you don't hit you for shit. Even with advantage. He's got fucking nothing on you. Alright. The other one clambers up and sort of gets over off to the side of you. And that makes it... Dad Frank, it's your... No, you threw a fireball, so it's Mike Rob's turn.
So, did you say there were 2 near me? There's another one that just climbed up?
There are wounded ones near you. The one that swiped at you that you dodged fell back down, and the other one managed to clamber over, and it's sort of just like... It's sort of close to Dad Frank, not you. That's what I'm saying. It's closer to Dad Frank. It's going for his ass.
Okay, so
next
is there
to
one
you,
immediately adjacent to me?
Immediately adjacent to you are 2 excessively wounded ones.
Okay, I go to murder one of the excessively wounded ones, sobbing slightly as I do so. Oh, that's only an 11 to hit.
Yeah, for the normies. Okay, it really doesn't matter what kind of damage you roll, because you kill its ass.
11 hits.
For a wolf, it should. Let me make sure.
Alright, so yeah, it's dead.
Yeah, you hit it. Sure, why not?
And then, so to make sure I have the mental model correctly, we've got the staircase leading up, and part of the staircase is blocked by the cloud of daggers, but not all of it.
Okay, here, let me resketch this on a larger scale, because I didn't... Like I said. Okay. You're up here.
I can't read your sketches.
Okay. Hold on.
Scribblings of a madman. I assume that's cloud of daggers.
That's the cloud of daggers. This is the opening of the staircase. You're here. Dad Frank is here. O'Leary is here. So they're clambering up here, where I'm like squiggling right now.
Okay. I move over to where they're clambering up, taking attacks of opportunity if needed, and ready to defend, to physically block them from entering the more vulnerable part of the room.
Alright. Dad Frank, I think you're up.
I still got the Liam burrito on my shoulder, right?
Yep, and there's a wolf right in front of you getting ready to pounce on you. He wants that burrito.
I'm gonna swing that burrito.
Hit him. Oh my god. Don't do that. That kills people.
Nope, you've already done it.
Liam's still struggling around, so this might make him go quiet for a bit.
Oh. Okay,
yeah,
so
if he's not being helpful, he's being hurtful. And I am going to hurt him a lot.
Roll the strength check.
What is that? A 9 plus 4, so 13.
Okay. You're pretty fucking strong. Alright, so you pull that shit off. You swing in a fine arc, and you strike the wolf. Roll the armor thing and roll 2d5s, I guess.
What is the armor thing?
Roll the attack roll. I'm sorry, in my head it's labeled armor thing. That's how I remember it.
Using a person as a weapon is 2d5.
Am I remembering? In my mind, the guy he has bundled up fights with 2 axes, and an axe is a d5, right?
Okay, I'm with you so far.
Okay, where's the d5?
So what I'm hearing is that when you hit someone with a person, it does 2d5 damage.
Well, if they fight with 2 axes.
Should I just roll a 10? Should I just roll 1d10? Or, like, there's no
10 is
5s?
Yeah, wait, sorry, 2d5 is not a... What am I talking about?
Why in my head is there a d5? Okay,
2d6?
Roll 2d6. I'm sorry.
Okay,
that's what I thought.
I don't know why in my head I thought 2d5s could exist.
Can I?
I mean, they could. It's a very odd
you
thing.
just roll a d6 and...
5 and a 3, 8.
Okay. Does he get to add his strength bonus as well?
Fuck yeah! He's swinging. He's swinging around. He's just swinging around a dude. I'll factor in that strength bonus.
All right, so +4.
All right, so that's 8 plus 4.
Yes, 12.
Okay. As you sort of take him by the ankles while he's in this burrito and swing this canvased mass at him.
Yeah.
You hear him utter a singular curse. Half a second before you collide, with the wolf.
Is the wolf cursing?
The wolf
or
is
Liam?
bad at Liam. Liam's the one who has a throat that can make curse words, dude.
I don't know. These are magic wolves. I mean, they can make curse words.
You bat the wolf, and it yelps. It yelps. And sort of as you hit it with such force that it flies off the ground, smacks against the wall. You hear a sickening snap. As its head sort of goes head first into the wall.
Liam's head.
Alright. Mike, behind you, the blind wolf is sort of fumbling around, trying to find something that it can sink its teeth into. Beneath you, there are 2 remaining wolves. One preparing to pounce up at you and sort of snap at your ankles. The other one sort of waiting to reinforce it as soon as it has the opportune moment to get up there. Yeah. Outside of the mill is sort of a cacophonous of growls and sort of half howls, but they're not letting out the same maddening cacophony that they were before. In your mind, it's almost like they're cheering on their brethren from outside as they sort of mass around with anticipation.
Is it my
turn?
Yeah,
you're up. I'm sorry. I was talking too much. I know. I'm trying to fix it. I promise it'll get better one day. It won't get better.
All right. Yeah. Are the wolves below me within reach?
One of them's about to be. So yeah.
So yes.
Yeah.
If they're not within reach, I can switch to a whip.
Physically, one of them is not within reach unless you use a whip. The other one is about to leap at you, which basically leaves it exposed to you hitting its ass. So.
Okay.
One of them
is the leapy one within reach?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I hit it. That's a 24 to hit. And 13 damage.
13 deeps, okay.
12 damage, 12 damage.
I think that'll do. Yeah. As it lunges forward, trying to, kill your ass, you're much quicker than it. You move your sword, take its head off, and falls dead. Its companion, as you're doing this, begins attempting to clamber up while you're sort of preoccupied with the one. It begins clambering up during the sort of in the space next to you. Dad Frank, you're sort of standing there with a now limp Liam Cord sort of on the floor in front of you. You have him by the ankles. It's sort of a miserable bundle of humanity. Illyria continues to sob and groan. I'd say he's not necessarily tuckered out so much as maybe rendered unconscious, Dad Frank.
Hey,
but
he can still be used as a weapon.
Between you and gradually getting closer to Illyria, the blind wolf with the burnt-out eyes growls and snarls as it seeks out anything it can sink its fangs into. You're up, Dad Frank.
Alright, so what's left in it? Is it just the one or two, or how many wolves we got left?
Alright, you can see through your cloud of daggers that one wolf has leapt up next to Mike Robb and is sort of, while he's busy with the one wolf, the second wolf is trying to make its way up onto the platform. There's another wolf that you burnt the face off of between you and Illyria, trying to find something to kill.
Okay, so there's one trying to get up, and then there's one that literally has no face left.
Yeah, there's one that's pretty much dead, but it's not quite.
Okay, what about the one I swung at? Is that one dead?
That one is dead. Its neck went snap.
Okay, good. Get it off the table. Alright. The one clamoring up. Let's see, I'm gonna put it... Mya?
Works.
Alright, Mya. Okay. I gotta firebolt it.
Okay.
Hey, roll. Johnny, roll. Roll them bones, Johnny. I got a 1.
1. Okay. You arc your firebolt in such a way as to put it through the cloud of daggers.
Alright, sweet. Now the cloud of daggers is on fire.
Yeah, you sort of hit one of the daggers in the cloud, and it sort of causes it to fly out of the cloud of daggers and sort of like, come back at you in an odd way, like the dagger hits the fireball and reflects it back at you.
That's not how they work, but okay, I get it.
I'm aware, man. I'm just going as I go, man. So yeah, let's roll attack roll on yourself. And, yeah, then roll some deeps, man. You should at least be resistant to this, right?
I got another 1. What?
Okay, well, the good thing is... Okay, so the fire sort of like... You duck, and it sort of just, like, singes your eyebrows, if you had any. It would have. And just sort of strikes... It strikes some cots behind you and lights them on fire.
Okay.
There you go. That's what happened. You threw your fireball... reflected off a dagger, you ducked, and it hit the pile of cots behind you and lit it on fire. Good thing Liam Cord wasn't still there, or else he'd be dead.
Right. I'm gonna throw the Liam burrito over by Illyria, so that way at least the two unconscious people are together.
Okay, you heft it, and as you lands, you hear a sickening snap.
What?
of a breaking. I didn't say it was his fucking neck. I didn't say it was his fucking neck. But something breaks. Something breaks visibly, very loudly, rather, not visibly, but something breaks loudly. It's a gross sound.
Okay.
I double take and give Val a disgusted look, and slightly confused.
All right. The blind wolf hears this and pounces on the canvas, trying to sort of, with what's left of it, tear through it. It's a thick canvas, so it's not having any luck just in a second, but it's tearing at the canvas, trying to eat its way through to get the tasty meat inside. Mike Rob, the wolf that was clamoring up is now next to you, getting its bearings.
I take its head off.
All right, punch it with your sword, dude.
That is 14 to hit and 9 damage.
9 damage. All right, you hit it. It's hurt. It's still going though. It's a nasty slash across its mangled flesh, but not enough to debilitate it in any way.
It doesn't have a face, and he just stabbed it in the face. How is this thing not dead?
I know, he cut at it, and he got it across the chest, and it's a deep, bad cut, but it's still got its legs and its throat and shit.
The one without a face is on the other side of the room chewing on Liam Neeson.
Yeah. Okay. Stagger's back. Dad Frank, I'd say your initiative is up.
Okay. Right. Roll initiative or just...
No, I'm saying it's time for you to do some shit. There are 2 of you! I'm not rolling initiative!
Alright. Alright, the one that's like mostly dead, Aravel is dealing with, right?
Okay,
she's
there are 2 of them. There are 2 of them.
The one that
I yell to Val, get that one off. I yell to Val, get that one off Liam.
Alright, crossbolt.
A what?
I'm gonna use one of my whatchamacallits.
Your crossbow?
Crossbow.
Okay, I had forgotten you even had one. Alright.
Yeah, it comes in handy occasionally.
Do your thing. Make your rolls, slut.
I got a 20. Yay, I don't shoot Liam. And it's,
okay.
If I remember correctly, what is that? A D6 or something?
I don't remember.
Daggers are D4.
The fuck am I doing? I have a thing that has the thing you're supposed to put in front of your face.
1D8. That's what it is.
Yeah, and it has weapons on it.
There's a D12, 10, 8. There we go. God, never had to use this one. A 7.
Okay. So you kill it. It's dead.
Yeah.
Alright. As it falls, it lets out a sickening death rattle, a loud one. Mike, you have the last beast in the corner, and in lieu of attacking you, it also lets out a sickening screech. You hear a sound from below as claws, as another team of claws begins scratching at the, the floor below. Another group is coming in.
Okay, so I go to kill the one next to me again.
All right.
This time I will take its head off, or else I'll attack it a third time, I guess. That's 13 to hit, and
yeah, you got it.
I'll call that a 2, 9 damage.
All right. Yeah, it's done. Like it was done. Yeah, it's dead. Okay, so you finish off the beast as another team begin sort of getting their bearings, and the leader of which is just now finding the head of the staircase and looking up and seeing that that you're up there. So you can see one. One is within your line of sight right now, Mike Rob.
Okay.
Dad Frank, you are currently... No, you're not near Illyria, are you? You whipped out your crossbow. Okay, so never mind. You hear beneath the dire wolf captain, their big wolf, their alpha, let out another sickening howl, and his group does the same in a chorus similar to the last one. Roll a wisdom again. Roll a wisdom save.
$18.
Good. Mike Rob, you likewise.
Oh.
Yeah, roll a wisdom.
Alright.
Yeah,
20.
you both passed. Illyria is not so lucky and starts screaming words that don't make any sense, and it's gibberish. But amongst the maddening slaver that she's sort of laying out is you can make out the phrase "never ends, the night never ends, the siege never ends." Yeah, madness. It's bad. Liam Cord is awake again and stirring to get out of the canvas. You hear him curse loudly, louder than you ever heard him curse. It is as though he just woke up wrapped in a burrito with a shattered bone.
One or more broken limbs.
Hey, I tossed him gingerly.
No, you didn't. You have 18 strength. It's not a thing you do.
It was either that or he scrambled around and gets eaten. So I chose to wrap him up in a burrito and use
It's
him
a
as
fair point, but you also punched a wolf with him.
Yes, that was great.
Oh my god.
Alright. I miss Sean. He brought a lot to this equation. Actually, come to think of it, we haven't had any distractions since he left. Aside from this one. And this one is also him related, so it's...
He's screaming in the corner and making our lives more interesting. She, I guess. Anyway.
Alright, so, Mike.
Yes.
Current situation, wolf at the bottom of the steps. Actually, you just killed one, didn't you? No, you're up, yeah.
No, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Mike, you can see one at the bottom of the steps. Dad Frank, you can hear that it's at the bottom of the steps, but you can't see it, personally.
Okay.
Outside, the direwolf alpha is sort of just, he's barking. He's communicating with his pack, as though he's strategizing.
Taunt the wolf to come to the cloud of daggers. It won't see it coming.
You know what? So you're saying you stand there and you taunt them visibly where they can see you from the top of the steps.
Oh, I'm saying it to Aravel.
Oh, you're telling Aravel to do it.
Yeah.
Aravel?
I'm not taunting the mange puppies.
Do it.
No. Get over here and throw some fire at them, you overgrown lizard.
Okay. As you bicker and sort of prepare to strategize, the wolves get their shit together, and the first brace of them rush up the steps, with their leader, or the one who sort of was at the base of the steps, sort of coordinating, one pace behind them. They rush up and sort of through the cloud of daggers. Let me quickly roll something. That's a good roll.
What are they rolling?
You rolled a 19.
They're rolling. I'm rolling to see if they both get mulched or not. Okay. They lunge at the crowd of daggers. The first one through turns into spaghetti. The one immediately behind him turns off, and instead leaps towards you, Aravel. The leader is likewise in a position to attack, but not immediately lunging at you. Dad Frank, the initiative is on you. Because Mike took the last action.
Alright,
You can see this happening. So basically, you see a wolf, and I'll illustrate it the best way I can. Up the steps and do one of these, while the one in front of it turns into Mom's spaghetti. Okay.
There's the spaghetti one. Alright, the other one, what, did it leap over? Is it about to leap over?
Okay, so one is actively about to attack Mike, but you have an opportunity to stop it from doing so. Another one will attack him next turn.
Firebolt.
Okay, you use Firebolto. Go ahead, roll it. Let's see how he rolls.
8.
8.
Plus whatever...
Yeah, innocent.
Spell.
Your fire scorches the hair off its hide, but this particular beast's unnatural thickness prevents the scorching flames from doing it any noticeable harm. It lashes at Mike. Let me lash at you, Mike. I stab at thee! And the dice went a long way.
Oh my.
Needless to say, it hits your ass. Let me roll its deeps, which I already forgot, even though I was just looking at them.
You should write that down.
Probably.
I have it pretty much right in front of my face. That's 2d4. Let me quickly, I hate d4s. They mess me up. It's not natural.
They're triangles.
Pyramids.
You're not natural.
I know. Okay, I don't know what that means.
You get a 3 and a 3.
A 3 and a 3. Okay, now I know what that means. So that's 2d4s plus 2. Okay, he strikes you for 8 damage. Clawing at the... I suppose I could give him some sort of bonus for the 20 thing, but I don't feel like it. I really don't. Okay, so he claws at thee, sinking his fat teeth into thy ankle. It hurts. Ow. It is now your turn. There's one wolf sort of nipping at your heels, and there's another one that's about to strike you. From, like, beneath you on the staircase.
I am going to take a dodge action.
Alright, do that.
And that's my turn.
Yeah, where do you, like, dodge to? Do you dodge, like, back toward Aravel, toward Dad Frank, or...?
The dodge action gives me... any attack against me for the next round has disadvantage.
Oh.
So what it represents is me kind of, like... focusing entirely on defending myself.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
As opposed to attacking them.
I was thinking about, Sean's thing, where he can move or whatever.
Disengage or dodge? Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I'm sorry. That's on me, dude.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, I'm dodging, and that's my turn.
Yeah, dope.
Why are you erasing everything?
I'm just trying to make it clearer, because this is where we're illustrating things, but... There you go. This is frumpier. Okay, so you take your dodge action. Wolf 2 strikes at thee, but fails, because it's dodge. I'm understanding that correctly, right?
So, anytime they make an attack against me, instead of rolling a d20, they roll 2 d20s. Right. And then their attack is whichever one lower.
Yeah. Alright, let me do it.
A 1.
Yep.
Okay, he snaps at thee, but, like, messes up and kind of gets his ankle, like, caught on the wall and sort of, like, hurts himself as he falls forward and, like, slaps off the ground.
Why can't he just bite the other wolf? That would make more sense.
You feel something breaking. Well, because I didn't think of that at that very second. I'm sorry. You hear the cracking of ribs, as it sort of, like, you know, hits the stone wrong. It is injured.
Why you gotta make us feel sorry for the wolf, man? Come on.
I feel really bad for the wolves.
They are twisted. They are no mere wolves. They are twisted abominations.
Fine. I feel bad for the mange puppies.
Alright. I'm gonna shoot one of them with my crossbow.
Okay. Which one?
The one that I tried to fire at a firebolt. Since it's apparently a fire immune dog.
Alright.
Oh, where'd it go? I can't tell because it rolled sideways. I got a 7.
For your attack?
Yeah. Well, no, for the attack roll.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't hit him. You shoot at it, and the arrow sort of glances off a thick part of its hide.
Alright, these aren't armored magic dogs.
Well, they're not really. They're not all that easy. They're not all that hard to kill, but you seem to be struggling enough. Yeah, the arrow just sort of ricochets off, goes down into the basement. It attracts the attention of the vanguard that is sort of set up behind them, and the three of them sort of start cautiously working their way up the steps. Unlike the last, 2.5 groups, this what's the word for three? This threesome of wolves is opting for a more cautious and deliberate approach, granting you a little extra time, but ultimately giving them an advantage of coordinated attack, so to speak. Alright, so don't put them... They're just gonna get everything cluttered, dude. Okay, whatever. Okay. So, Mike, you're up. Actually, yeah, they already attacked, so you're up.
Okay. Have any of them tried to move past me into the room itself?
Nope, they're both focused on you.
Okay. I continue dodging, and I yell to Val, "Use your magic, you dolt!"
I did use my magic, and it fucking
You
didn't
used
do
a crossbow!
I firebolted one, and it didn't do anything. That's
Keep
why I'm...
firebolting them!
Let's see what else can... Is there anything that might be useful?
Alright, Mike. Before he
Yes.
rolls his attack, the wolves get their chance to bite at you. Okay, so one wolf, he strikes at thee. And... this time he gets advantage, because I remembered he had it this time. I mean, because now they're being more direct. Wolves get an advantage, roll with advantage, if they have another wolf within 5 feet. I forgot about that. I literally, I have the page. I have the page in front of me telling me that, and I still missed it somehow. But this time it's gonna apply. So he rolls.
So he has advantage from that feature and disadvantage from my dodging. The two cancel each other out, so he attacks.
Oh yeah,
normally.
that's right. I'm sorry, my brain.
No problem.
Yeah. Right. So boom. Okay, needless to say, I don't think he hits you, because you rolled a 9. The other one, he in lieu of attacking you, he sort of hacks, coughs, and sort of like vomits up some disgusting viscous blood at you. Do you want to roll? You want to roll a Constitution or a Dex for that one?
Well, my Dex is significantly better, so Dex.
Alright.
That is a 17 or 18.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I rolled my own for some reason because I'm stupid. Okay, yeah, but you roll it and you, you get out of the way of that shit. You dodge the disgusting pus. It steams for a second on the ground and then sort of dissipates. The wolf rights itself and assumes a more combative stance. Okay, so that leaves Dad Frank up.
Alright. Firebolting.
Where at? Where to?
Whichever one's closest.
You know what? You've never succeeded in attacking the close one. Could you, like...
9. Why do they keep missing?
Oh my god. Are
you
just rolling a d20 and not adding anything to it?
No, I'm not adding anything.
What?
That might explain the problem. You add your proficiency bonus and relevant ability modifier.
Hold on,
so that's a 15.
That's a 15! That's enough to hit him!
Well,
you were doing that this whole time.
The other one that I firebolted didn't do nothing, and that one was I can't remember, an 8, but it didn't have any ability or modifiers to it. So that one should have killed the first one.
Well, I'm sorry. I should have noticed that was the case. That's sort of on me.
No, I was just calling the number on the fucking die.
Okay, so
an attack roll,
when you make an attack roll with a weapon that you're proficient with or a spell, you add 1d20 plus your proficiency bonus plus your ability modifier.
7.
In your case, your ability modifier for all spells is charisma.
Alright. You hit the wolf. The flame strikes its hind quarters and sort of like scorches it badly. Searing flesh and smoldering, and it's awful. It's awful to smell. It's awful to see.
Smells like dinner.
It is not disabled. It turns instead towards you, Dad Frank, and prepares to rush you.
Okay.
Alright. So I believe that leaves Aravel up, right?
Yeah. The one that's rushing him, has it already moved past me, or is it still next to me?
It's still next to you. It just wheeled to see what just threw a fireball up its butt.
Okay, but that one's already been damaged?
It has already been damaged, so has the other one next to you, though to a lesser extent. Because it critical failed.
You mentioned the big one a while ago. Is it, like... are these ones both small ones, and the big one is still crawling up the stairs?
The big one that you shot multiple arrows into?
Yes.
You could still hear it out into the field.
Okay. I thought it was.
It's sort of it's barking in an almost it's barking and whining in an almost lingual way. It like almost sounds like it's communicating.
I'm gonna hit the one that is not preparing to lunge.
Alright.
That's gonna hit. And 8, 7, 10, 15 damage.
So you hit the one that was going to or not going to?
Not preparing to lunge.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is me. You know, I just heard preparing to lunge. Wait. Okay, so you kill that one.
Good.
It is dead. You slice it off. As you do so, the 3 companions on the 3 other ones on the stairs move into position and prepare to launch sort of a joint attack against you. They're not doing it just this second. Dad Frank, the injured wolf springs at thee. The one that you burnt the butt of. It's very mad. It rushes you to attack you. I guess I need to roll its attack. I keep forgetting. Like, I know to do it, but in my head it's like, actually, wait, how do I do that?
Before it does that, I'm going to use an attack of opportunity on it, because it's moving past me, right?
It's moving, it has its back to you, so yeah, that counts in my book.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to smack it again.
Alright.
So 17 to hit, and 14 damage.
Oh yeah, that thing's way dead.
Okay. As I hit it, I yell for Val to kill the 3 below me. Or do something about the 3 below me.
Alright.
Use the spell, please, because I'm really vulnerable.
Let's see. Alright, they keep jumping up onto whatever our platform is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I stick a cloud of daggers up where they're jumping from?
What's the width of a cloud of daggers again?
It's 5 foot.
5 foot?
Yeah.
If you do that, then you will hit all 3 of them. They are right now.
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright.
Again, I was gonna put the door to this place, but I wasn't in visible range of it, so I don't know if I could or not.
Alright, what kind of deeps does that Cloud of Daggers do?
44.
Alright. Roll
40,
it.
40, 44.
He doesn't have an attack of he doesn't have the attack roll on this one, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is one of the few spells that doesn't offer a save.
Yeah, that's what threw me off. I think that's what threw me off. Is my understanding was that they did have attack rolls, and then it was like, wait, spells don't have attack rolls because it's the first one that we used.
Most spells that do damage have attack rolls. If they do damage and don't have an attack roll, they probably offer a save. And if they don't offer a save, then there's some other way to avoid them. In Cloud of Daggers' case, the way to avoid it is that it has a really small radius on and it technically only does damage on their turn, but whatever.
It's a 10.
You do 10 deeps. Okay. Sorry, clearing the throat. Okay, so they lunge, and their hindquarters are sort of hit by the Cloud of Daggers. They're brought basically to the brink of death by the shredding blades. But not enough that it stops them from striking. Here, let me roll their attacks.
I don't know, having your legs blown off by a bunch of daggers will probably stop you in your tracks.
Yeah, probably.
These aren't immortal mange puppies. These are just demented mange puppies.
Well, they might be immortal. Oh yeah, there's the D20. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Why are the D20s different sizes? Witchcraft. We'll roll their attacks. Well, I'm assuming this means only one of them actually hits you.
18, 1, and 9.
Yeah.
Don't they have advantage? He says with a horrible cringe on his face, because I really don't want them to have advantage.
You know what? They don't get advantage. Like, half of them got shredded, and I thought you still had the dodge anyway. No, that was just one turn. You're right. Here, let me roll 3 more.
Oh.
Thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome, and I used my reaction. This is gonna hurt.
Alright, so I'm guessing... two of them hit you, because the 3 and the 1 are the same die! Ha ha ha! Who'd have thunk it? 2 of them hit you. Let me roll their attack. Where did I put the dice for them? I gotta get more organized, folks. Yeah, those are.
Alright, can Liam help us at all yet? He's getting out of the burrito bag.
He's pulling himself out of the burrito.
Spine.
Okay, you didn't. Okay. Boom. Let's see.
Hey, something snapped. We don't know what.
7.
I assume it was his spine.
I'm going with leg. That's good.
Okay, so they hit for 15. I accidentally touched these, that's why they're wrong. But they hit for 15 deeps for you. Slashing with their terrible claws. Alright, let me roll a quick check for Liam.
I said to kill them, not irritate them.
Oh, that's a 7, not a 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not out yet. He's not out yet. He's like halfway out and cursing loudly and clutching his arm and he's saying something. He's saying something about that filthy lizard. I'm gonna slice him from scrot to sternum. You know, some real visceral stuff.
Maybe you should back up so I can like take the deeps for you.
I still have way more health than you.
It's probably true, but I have Thunder Wave.
So you class Cloud of Daggers. Who's up right now, out of curiosity? Because I kind of got lost.
I think I am.
Cloud of Daggers just did twice. Let's see. Color.
Can you hit them with Thunderwave?
Yeah, but it's a circle around me.
All right.
It's a 15-foot cube around me. So if you're in the way.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to withdraw about 20 feet away from the top of the staircase there, and use my second wind to heal myself. And that was a bonus. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to figure out if I can ready an action to throw a dagger, but I don't think that I legitimately can. So I'm just going to take a dodge just in case. And that's my turn.
All right.
I only
Dad Frank, you're up.
For 6.
Yeah, alright, I'm moving in to where they keep jumping. And I'm gonna cast Thunderwave to electrocute the puppies.
Alright.
Let's see. No, it's not a 2. What is that? It's 2 plus... 4... So it's 6, so that's my proficiency, 7, 8, 9.
That's your armor roll there?
Armor roll?
Your attack roll!
Yeah.
Okay, well you don't hit them with 9.
Well,
the electricity crackles, what?
No, it's, if it hits, they take 2d8 thunder damage and push back by 10. On a successful save, the creature takes half damage and is not pushed.
Oh, so this is a damage roll. This is a deeps roll. Okay, thanks for clarifying. That's why I fucking asked.
Again,
okay.
They take damage.
They have to take a Constitution throwing save.
Alright.
This is what I was talking about with, if it doesn't have an attack roll, it probably has a save.
Okay. Yeah, so it doesn't have I don't have a throw to do, yay or nay. It's just I do it.
They have to roll a d20s or...
It's a Constitution. If they don't have good Constitution.
Okay.
No. All right, so they take, what was it, 2?
Well, 2 of them are dead at least. 2 of them are dead at least. Let me check real quick.
Here's 1d8.
Yeah, they don't make it. None of them make it. They get electrocuted.
Okay, so they take 9.
Okay.
And get pushed.
Oh, no, dude, it doesn't matter what they take. They had 1 health. They're done.
Oh,
they're gone. Boom. You quite nearly killed them with the dagger roll. Didn't stop Mycra from teasing you though. Okay. Okay. The imp cord is hopelessly tangled in the canvas still. Just trying to break his way free. He's almost out. He's not quite.
Arabelle, maybe you should help him. I might have hurt his brain.
It seems more likely that you hurt his arm.
That might also be true.
Alright. For a moment, okay. For a moment, you have clarity. For just this very second, there are no wolves coming into the mill. What you do hear is a yip-yap, sort of combative type of sound from somewhere out in the field below. You hear like the snarl, gnash, fighting dog type of sounds. Liam is still struggling to escape from his canvas, and Illyria is unconscious from her madness.
Okay, so no more dogs coming up the stairs, right?
Not at this moment. They're still they're still around though.
All right, I have 2 clouds of daggers around the stairs now, so they should be fine. All right, let me go to a porthole or something so I can see outside what's going on.
Okay, so you look over.
Grandma, you help the dude out of the bag.
Okay, so you walk past Liam Cord, who punches your ankle as you go by. cursing you, calling you explicatives that cannot be repeated. You stand next to the unconscious Illyria and look over the
Keep it up.
lowest,
I'll use you as
the lowest
a
of the
warhammer
rubble.
again.
You see that two of the larger wolves appear to be sparring it out in front of the captain of the wolves, the Alpha. The Alpha is sort of sitting there, just doing its best to get the arrows embedded in its hideout. Sort of lazily distracted. Other wolves are sort of pacing nervously near the entrance of the mill, but not entering just yet. That's what you got going on. Illyria, do you help Liam out of his sack?
Arvel, yes.
Yeah. Sorry, did I say the name wrong again?
What? I rotate and it just keeps the picture in the same place.
Alright.
Yes, I unwrap Liam Neeson.
You pull him out, he sort of mutters a half of thanks, and glares at Val. He looks at you and says, "What the hell did you do? All I remember is everything turning upside down, and then being wrapped in a burrito and thrown around like a sack."
Sorry, you looked pretty heavy and I needed a weapon.
He looks at...
In fairness, 2d5 is real, or 2d6 is really good damage.
He eyes you up, pulls out one of his axes with his arm that isn't hanging limp off his side, and says, "I'll give you a weapon."
Oh good, I need another axe.
That's not what he meant.
I know.
Liam, I apologize for the lizard.
Now you just gotta get out of this alive. Or do any shit like that again, and I'll be stowing my axe in your skull.
I won't object, honestly.
Okay, he sort of like half stumbles to the border of the rubble. I'm trying to think of the right word. The low part of the wall that he can see over next to Dad Frank, and looks over. He points to it. He points towards the largest of the wolves and says, "That's the Alpha, but judging by the arrows in it, I'd say some of us already knew that," he says, looking at Aravel.
I reclaim my bow and resume shooting the Alpha.
Yeah, he starts to give advice towards shooting the Alpha. When you pull out your bow, he brings out his crossbow and does similarly. What's the deeps on a crossbow again?
Depends on the type, heavy or light.
I don't know. Mine's
heavy.
light. Oh,
Let me find out. I think it's 1d8.
All right.
Mine's a light crossbow and it's 1d8. So,
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, huh. Heavy is 1d10.
Okay, I kind of figured. Just wanted to make sure. It's one of those things like, it's probably on this, I have next to me folded up, one of those sheets that DMs use to, like, get information. It's probably on that, because it has a list of weapons, I understand. But, yeah. So I guess we attack as a group! We strike as one! Dad Frank, do you want to throw in anything in the list to try and kill this wolf?
Let me send out a scorching ray.
Oh no!
What'd you do?
It rolled into the bag and then spawned into it for some reason. What? What?
Good.
Okay, he rolls a 15. I'm fine with that. Okay. 15. What did you roll to hit, Mike? Alright. That's a crit, yes?
I'm gonna throw a scorching ray at
the
Alpha. 3
15 damage.
shots. 4. Do I have to roll one for each? Plus, that's 8, 9, 10. So I mean, whatever.
I'm sorry, Dad Frank. I didn't really follow what you're trying to convey.
All right, I have Scorching Ray. I can shoot 3 bolts of fire basically at a target or 3 targets. I was gonna try and hit the wolf 3 times. Do I have to roll 3 times or just once?
My understanding is that you'd have to roll 3 times. Yes, you're shooting 3 projectiles.
Okay, fine. Okay, that all right. That's the identical roll. Okay, I got 2. What was that? 10s and then a 12 plus 16, so 18. No, yeah.
Okay, so the rolls you got were after your bonus were 2 10s and
Yes. 2 10s and an 18.
Okay, so yeah, you hit it 1 time. Roll the deeps for that one.
All right, that's 2d8. No, wait. 2d6. No, that did not roll. Those fucking
Sure.
There we go. 9.
All right.
They literally slid as they hit the bottom all the way to the other side. That was a slide. Why am I on my side?
All right. 2 arrows hit it. The bolt hits it. The arrow hits it, breaking the dire wolf from its current sort of lazy lack of concentration. It sort of catches its attention enough that it dodges 2 of Dad Frank's firebolts into a 3rd. Yeah, the firebolt strikes it in the face, scorching through its eyeballs and into its brain matter. Without gray matter, nothing can stay alive, so the wolf dies.
Yay.
For a moment, the wolf pack sort of like anxiously goes half quiet, including the 2 wolves that are fighting. A moment later, there's about 180 seconds of violence as the wolves tear at each other, fighting, brawling. But within about 2 or 3 minutes, it's dispersed as the remnant of the wolf pack flees into the forest, howling into the night.
Goody.
Poor bunch puppies.
Oh boy. The field below is littered with recently blown up bodies, and the stench of twisted, burnt up wolf is in the air, thick. Liam Cord leans against the wall for a second and begins fumbling with his kit, trying to find anything to help him sling his arm. Illyria is sort of like half woken up now. She's still clearly dazed, but, you know, she's not at least entirely immobile. As he lounges against the wall, Liam sort of, with his good hand, takes a moment to gesture at the iron blocks on the other end of the room. And then goes back to his silent work of trying to find shit in his kit to tie his arm up.
I'm working with Liam to help him patch his arm.
Do you have a healing kit of any sort?
Nope, I have an adventurer's kit, which is not the same thing.
Damn it. Val, do you have a healing kit?
No, but I'm a survivalist. I can probably splint his arm.
Hey, Illyria, do you... Oh, wait, no. That's right. Oh, someone fucking left us! Okay, so, yeah, you sort of help him get a makeshift splint on his arm. It's not that much, but it'll do.
Again, the wooden legs of the cots that didn't burn or should probably work.
The cots are still burning, not as high as they were a second ago. The canvas is gone, but the wooden remains are still smoldering and burning.
That'll work. It'll sterilize the wound.
Okay.
Please don't light him on fire. Please don't light him on fire. Just please don't light him on fire.
They're warm to the touch. They're not on fire.
I know you want to.
Gold, what's warm to a dragon's touch is a little bit different from what's warm to a human's touch, so he is scalded by it, pissing him off quite a bit.
They're wood.
He kicks you and it tells you, why don't you go bash your head against that chest to find out what's inside. Well, someone who... I'll trust my luck, with the elf who... Sorry. I'll trust my luck with the elf, he says.
Fine, I'm gonna go play around downstairs again.
Okay.
There's treasure down there.
There is.
Although there's also something spooky that touched me.
There is something spooky that touched you down there. Alright. So you sort of wander back down into the lower rooms and begin searching for salvage down there. Arabelle, you treat Liam, and Illyria just sits there deliriously. Mike, do you have any interest in the iron chest in the room, or in any of the piles of belongings or whatever that's sitting around beneath the cots? Or...
I do. I begin investigating them once Liam is as stable as I can get him.
Alright, Liam kicks back to relax.
Checking that Illyria...
Go. Shoot, dude. I'm sorry, I rudely interrupted you. Okay.
Yeah, fine. What?
The pile of belongings was mostly clothes or jewelry or knickknacks, worthless stuff. Nothing.
Take the jewelry.
Clearly it was costume jewelry. It's mostly warped rings and necklaces, and warped rings and sort of the necklace part of the necklace. You know, not the part that goes around your neck. Nothing too fancy, but for the sack of stuff, you could probably get a couple copper pieces for.
I take the jewelry.
Okay,
I took 23
damage
you did it. Today. There's no way I'm leaving here with nothing.
I know. It's just. You turn to the chest. You turn to the chest.
That's my in-character thinking.
You turn to the chest, and it has a sturdy lock latched onto it.
Well,
it's locked sturdily.
Awake, we could get it open.
Yeah.
And here.
Dad Frank, as you sift around on the unstable floors below, two things catch your eye. Again, the one floor has a strange metallic smell. The walls are lined with some sort of vase. Also on your way down, you bothered to swing by the thick oaken desk that was glanced over by, I think, Arabelle was down there before. Someone was down there. And you find a box on it that's locked, but when you shake it, you hear the sound of coin inside.
Oh, nice. Gotta hold on to that.
Upon further inspection, the floor with a metallic smell, the scent of metal seems to be coming from the vases. Though they're sealed pretty heavily.
I don't know. Yes.
Hey, you missed everything! There was an epic fight.
We battled some
so much fight happened, and guess where you were, Dad Frank? I'm sorry, not Dad Frank, Sean.
Oh yeah.
Two separate entities.
I was on call with my girlfriend.
Yeah, you're busy trying to get. You're busy trying to keep your hobnob wet, and so you missed a true adventure. His hobnob, his knob, his hobbled knob, so to speak.
Last I looked, which was like 10 minutes ago, you were still fighting the fucking puppies.
Yeah, well,
like 20 seconds ago.
Yeah, good times. Anyway, Dad Frank, what do you do?
Well, I put the box of coin question mark in my back or whatever.
Okay.
So you done got fucked up.
I'm going back downstairs looking for more shit. I can turn the lights on now because I have prestidigitation.
You could use prestidigitation, or you could take.
There is a wolf on top of the inn.
Or you could take some fire from the fireplace and just light the torches on the walls.
No, I would rather wave my hand and they just poof.
All right, you cast prestidigitation. No real reason to roll for that. It works. You light up the room.
It's a cantrip, so I can use it forever.
The rooms are mostly filled with rotting boxes and bags filled with rot.
They're a rotting box.
The only thing that really sticks out on the other floors, aside from the huge floor that something excessively obese might have put on the floor, is the one floor that walls in the circle around the room are lined with these thick, large vases. And that's the same room that smells like metal. Aside from that, nothing of note is to be taken.
Alright, they keep going down.
Alright, beneath the rooms is a large open space filled with water of an unknown depth. Even within the range of your prestidigitation, you cannot see the bottom, only that it goes down a long way.
What about the boxes that were filled with weapons before? They fall down in there?
Oh, that's right. There was a floor that had boxes filled with weapons. I'm sorry, I forgot. I should have had that page of my notes open. I assumed I remembered everything, and you have taught me a valuable lesson today, Dad Frank.
Yeah.
Never invite you to a D&D session ever. Okay,
Yep.
so...
I will spoil it. Spoil it like your brother.
My brother may or may not have spoiled it. Okay, we'll talk about that another time. Okay, you go to the floor with weapons. Most of them are pretty rusted and useless, but a few of them still stick out. They're abrasive short swords that still work. On the wall, on obvious display, is a gold-hilted. I almost said halberd. Gold-hilted Zweihander. There are a couple of halberds on a rack that still look like they could be used.
Alright, sweet, taking all those.
You're taking it all.
Taking it all.
Okay.
Just gonna put multiple halberds on your back and walk out.
Yes.
You strap 4 halberds onto your back. You take the ornate sword and the 2 sturdy-looking short swords. Okay, you grabbed a bunch of shit.
Right. I'm gonna head up to the main hall to deposit my boons.
Okay, you walk back up to the main room. Liam has made his way down the steps, sort of struggling to keep his balance. You could tell his head's not all there. He may or may not have received a concussion when somebody weaponized him. But it's hard to say at this current moment, as the residuals of the wolf madness remain. Illyria, you've become fully aware, but your mind is still filled with the whisperings and machinations of madness. Your charisma is blown out of the water.
You awake to see Aravel in the corner poking at a lock with a disgruntled expression on her face, possibly contemplating gnawing on it.
What the fuck all did I miss?
Okay.
Oh, hey, you're awake. Come open this.
Okay. Sure. I'll go over and attempt to unlock the thing in the boober. Let me go find my dice so I can roll.
I apologize for the bite marks.
I mean, I guess I can deal with it. May I ask, though, why you were gnawing at it?
I got really frustrated.
I mean, fair.
Alright.
So I'll roll. I need the roll for my unlocky thingy.
Yep.
I got a 7 plus fucking whatever it gets. I don't even know what's added to it. Probably the dexterity, I assume. So 11.
I think dexterity and proficiency bonus, possibly just proficiency bonus.
That's sleight of hand. You get a +6. So what did you roll?
Oh, I roll a 7, so 13.
A 13? Yeah, you open it. The box opens, and as you open it, Sorry.
Oh no, down I go.
It's a little bit out of order. As you open it, a strange, bitter dust sort of flies out into your face. Within the chest is a sort of haphazardly open sack filled with coins of various sorts, and a sort of a belt with multiple vials on it. On each of the vials is scribbled something in a language foreign to you, though not entirely unfamiliar.
I take one of the vials. What does it look like inside it?
Inside it is a viscous type of substance. On the outside of it is runes that are in a language that you feel like you recognize, like you've seen this somewhere recently, but you don't know the language yourself.
Okay. So we'll take the money and split it into 4 parts. As for the vials, how many of them are there?
There are 8 vials.
That splits into 4 parts nicely as well.
All right. Each substance in the different vials is different, though. They all look like they are all sort of viscous and partially opaque, but none of them are the same color or exactly the same amount of viscous or opaque.
We'll put them to the side and distribute them later.
Yeah. We'll sell it to the lady who wouldn't sell me a health potion.
Yeah.
She'd sell you
Sean.
one, not on the spot.
Maybe no, she wouldn't. She wanted to wait an hour or so to make the damn thing.
Yeah, exactly. She would do it, just not on the spot, because she needs time to fucking make it.
Yeah. She should have had some made. That's how shops work. All right, I've come up to the main place
Wow.
again. I've visited all the shiny swords that I could find.
Yeah. Liam Cord shouts from below, asking y'all to join him already.
Can I inspect one of the vials real quick to see if I recognize it as a poison, seeing as I carry poison with me? Considering I fucking have a poison kit.
Alright. Roll it. Roll your, I guess perception is not perception. Investigation, I suppose, is the correct one, right?
While he's doing that, I'm going back downstairs.
Hold on a second. Yeah, investigation would be the correct one. If I'm remembering.
A 6 plus 3, so I got a 9.
You rolled a 9.
Yeah.
Alright, you rolled it. You recognize that a couple of the vials are indeed very deadly poisons. They could drop you in a minute. However, they're also
glad that I did not test them for potions then.
They are also the 2 that you recognize as deadly poisons are also very obvious poisons, as in they're well enough known around that, you know, if you were to test them or if you picked them up and sniffed them, you'd realize it was something that you really ought not to drink. As you're doing this, however, it occurs to you that as you're thinking about different poisons, that the taste currently lingering in your throat and sort of in the back of your throat and your nose and whatnot is familiar to you. It reminds you of a poison that you used once in the past in powder form.
Uh-oh. Oh, my circle of wolves. There you.
I'm putting Horo in the center.
Okay. I'll turn the Aravel and tell her how I believe that the dust was a poison.
Dust?
The dust that flew up from the chest.
Oh, that's good. Alright.
Oh boy. I still don't think the circle's big enough. Nope, it's good. Horo's good.
Okay.
They're having a seance for their dead.
You mean awake? Okay.
No, a seance. They're trying to bring it back to life. They're magic puppies, remember?
Aren't they all dead too?
Yeah, they are.
So, Mike,
Right.
you also...
While I'm downstairs, do I find anything more useful?
No.
because I just went back downstairs looking for more.
You find more rot. You feel a little sick to your stomach. Some of this stuff is really disgusting. Like there's some rotten like fruits and vegetables that have been down there for a while. But until you fell through the floor, they were sealed nicely in their containers. And now like they're just sort of like still wet and disgusting, and it just smells real bad.
That's cool. Do I find the thing that touched me before, or was that just you fucking with me in the dark?
You find nothing.
I'm really uncomfortable.
There's no survivor of the bandit camp.
Nope.
All right.
Upstairs in the main hall, Liam Cord has the heads of Peter Ironhand and the other dude, like Meek Manderly or whatever I called him. No, Wide Tom was his name.
Is there another level below me at all? Is there anything left to explore downstairs?
There is only the deep pit of water.
The thing I fell into?
Yeah.
I've just realized the cards, the wolf cards, make me really uncomfortable.
Okay.
No matter what side you look at these wolves at, they're still in the same position. Like they rotate and everything, but they flip.
Yeah, but they're
Illyria,
it bothers me.
Yeah, Illyria and Aravel, you're both still upstairs. The taste in your throat, Illyria, is getting gradually stronger. Aravel, you're starting to notice a strange taste in the back of your throat as well.
I take some water from my rations pack and swirl it in my mouth and try to spit as much as I can out, I guess.
Alright. So, you're hanging up in the attic. You've got a sack of gold and sort of a belt with various different vials on it. A couple of them are poisons, recognizable poisons. Others you have no idea. What action do y'all choose to take?
I'll start making my way. I want to stop picking up Oro for the first part. I'll start making my way downstairs to everyone else. But
okay,
immediately calling out to them that me and Aravel are most likely poisoned, so we should get a move on.
All right. So you take the belt of vials with you,
yeah, we're
correct?
taking everything with us.
All right. You take it down. All right. So y'all pack up and y'all head out back onto the ferry trail. You pick your way through the dead wolf corpses, you make your way. Walking along, and as you go, you notice that this time around, time doesn't shift and change in the odd way it did before. Rather, it remains the same late hour it was while you were still back at the mill.
I just realized I would have probably been a lot of help in that fight, considering I was the one with the weird fairy gift thing.
It might have helped you. Who knows? It might still help you. Okay, you walk along, and as you go, you come across the same stretch of woods with the glittering lights out in the distance. As you walk along, one of the lights sort of stops what it's doing and zooms at you, Sean. It barrels towards you and sort of bashes itself against the belt that you sort of have, the belt of potions that you have. It sort of bashes itself against it and then flutters off. As you go, this keeps happening, where the lights just sort of keep on rushing, tapping the belt and fleeing.
Are they tapping one specific potion?
They're tapping
or just haphazardly attacking the flying.
They're basically glowing balls, so it's hard to tell, but they are consistently hitting the same segment of the belt, so the same 2 or 3 potions seem to be indicated. As you make your way down the trail, the sort of the taste of the poison sort of increases, and you begin feeling the symptoms. Nausea, headache, What are other things that kills you? A little bit of tightness of the chest, you know, classic poison stuff. Liam Cord asks if you guys feel like you're alright.
I vomit.
Alright. He asks if anybody bothered to look around for an antidote. And asks what he also, as he does so, he sort of indicates the belt that you have and asks if any of those could be a potential antidote.
I hand him the belt, saying I don't recognize the language on it, but I recognize the two bottles as poisons.
He says, I don't recognize the language either, but I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, and hands it to Val.
Alright, do I recognize it?
Yes, it's in plain Draconic.
Oh, great. That's what I figured as much.
All but one of the potions hold the name of some deadly poison. The other one is labeled.
Boy.
The other one is labeled as antidote for insert name of poison here, because we haven't given any of the poison's names.
Alright, fine. I'm just gonna say, alright, drink this, dummies.
Alright, you hand it, and Illyria and Arabelle split the potion. Okay.
I hold up the middle finger to Val for calling me a dummy as I take my portion.
The symptoms.
I rinse my mouth out of vomit as I take the potion.
The poison's effects begin to wane, and you sort of start getting a little clearer-headed, but you're still pretty beat from the poison. By the time you make your way back to town, you're pretty exhausted. Val's still kicking in strong enough, but the two of you have the tireds. Liam Cord promises you, before he heads off to his room at the inn, that he will mail the head of... the head of one of the bandits, the one that isn't his quarry, as well as acquire a letter from the... he says that he will foot the bill to mail the head to your home city, but it says that you should probably acquire a letter of proof from the local magistrate first. Otherwise, he says he can just pretend that he's the magistrate and write his own letter of proof. He looks at you, waiting for a response. Basically, he's asking if you want to go through the effort, or if you want him to just forge it and send that shit, and you'll probably still get paid.
You guys sleep it off. I'll go to the magistrate with heads.
That's just...
Alright. Liam accompanies you. Arvo, Illyria, what are you up to? Gonna go hit the hay?
Gonna go trance off the poison.
Yeah, I will follow and do the same thing.
Alright.
What did my fairy gift look like again? Instead
it's
of
a whistle.
calling it the fairy gift thing. Okay.
Your fairy gift was a whistle. Alright. You make your way to your room and sort of just cash in for the night. Val, you and Liam make your way toward the courthouse at the far end of town. Let me quickly pull up my map of the courthouse. I don't have it in front of my face right now.
R.M. Jesus.
Should we call that a night?
He believes in you.
We definitely should. Thank you all so much for coming. Like if you like, subscribe to the vibe. Yeah, some of us did come. Actually, some of us were quite late. I can think of a couple people who showed up on time for the session, though.
Oh.
Yeah. I was originally on time.
You were originally on time. Then you had to go talk to your mom.
My mom and then my girlfriend.
And then in the middle of the session, you had to go talk to your girlfriend. What a wiener.
I
mean, we would have been on time if we started on time. I would have been fine.
Of the reasons to do something else, that's like one of the most valid.
I know. That's the humor. I was making fun of him because it's unrealistic for me to make fun of him.
I know, and I'm making fun of you back.
No. I'm a sensitive boy.
Yeah,
I'm still not.
Poor little snowflake, gonna melt in the heat.
I am gonna melt in the heat. I'm such a snowflake. I'm gonna melt in the cold. Anyway, Jesus. Okay, peace out, y'all. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.
Wonderful! Yes!